Hello, everyone. How's it going? It's been a while since I've gone on the YouTube live stream. I'm usually all the time on Instagram, for those of y'all who know me. But today we're having Anurag join us. And I don't know if you guys watched his whole debrief. Anurag scored a 725, which is like in the 99th percentile. It's amazing, by the way, Anurag. So, congratulations on your score. Let's do a quick intro, Anurag. Can you just introduce yourself quickly before we start and dive into the questions?
I am Anurag from Gurgaon, and I am doing my final year engineering from IIT Roorkee. And I have scored a GMAT score of 725. So my preparation was around 3 months long, and I took 20 mocks in between my attempts. And
Oh,
in the
wow.
first attempt, I took 6 mocks, and in between, I took 20 mocks. So yeah, that was my
Mm,
introduction.
awesome. So, Anurag, why did you take so many mocks to begin with, and how did it help you, with your preparation?
So I took so many mocks because I thought I need a little bit more practice, and practice makes a man perfect. That's the usual quote. And I think practice made me realize that you can like get you don't need to just practice questions. The exam is a bit different and is designed in a different way. So practicing mocks gave me that surety of that pattern and that whole exam situation. So practicing more mocks gave me that exam like feel and made me realize the potential I have.
Basically, practice makes you perfect in your aspect of things, which is great. And for those of y'all who are
Yes.
still joining in, tuning in, just know that we have done a whole debrief of Anurag's on our YouTube channel, which is like more than an hour long. So feel free to just check in the comment section somewhere. We're going to put up a link. You can check out the live there. Okay, regarding the mocks, so at what stage do you think it made sense to start taking the mocks, assuming that, you have a maybe 6 months of study period?
Sure. So I have two broad opinions on that. So I was strong at maths, so I just needed to hone my skills. But for a starter, I think for someone in arts who doesn't like maths, who hates maths, and does not have math subjects in his college, he needs to by starting through the concepts. So you need to first, so how would you know that that this is my strength, this is my weakness? So first go to the official questions on mba.com, or you can buy the official guide and see the questions, sample questions. And if you think you can't solve them, then that's your weakness. And if you can solve them easily, then that is your strength. So start by that, and take a target score. Have a target score in mind. Like mine was 705. So above
Mm-hmm.
705, I thought was a good score because it is considered a 750 in the classical GMAT. So I had a
Mm-hmm.
score in mind, and I had the preparation. I already had the skills. So for me, it was just practicing. For a starter, I think strengthen your concepts. If you feel maths is tough, then take TTP course, and after that, see which areas you are lacking, which the official ones or the third party ones. I took the official ones first, and I got a 695 just by doing the official mocks. So official
Oh,
mocks are quite
nice.
good. You should take those mocks, and after the official mocks, you can take a third party if you want. If you feel that you are lagging in some areas and you want to strengthen them, and official
Mm-hmm.
mocks you
Makes
can take multiple times also.
That's true.
So
All right.
that
I did want to like also ask in terms of like, so how did you take the mocks exactly? Like, just to make sure that you also got the maximum benefit since you took it so many times. Like, what was your strategy exactly?
my strategy was like there's no right way to take a mock. It totally depends on your personality. So
Mm-hmm.
when you get a score after doing a mock, when you get a score, you need to analyze how much points is it below your target score, or how much points it is above your target score, to see where you are. So in my first mock, I didn't do any preparation. I was just blank and I just gave it blindly, and I got a
Mm-hmm.
score of 675. So 675 was starting score, and I thought just by doing the mocks I can get my target score, which is 705. So if you feel that your score is below a certain level, like 100 points or a 150 points below, I would recommend first strengthening your concepts and then going on to the next mocks. But if your score is around plus minus 20, plus minus 50, then you should go just for the mocks, because
Mm-hmm.
practice would make you score uh, a 50 pointer more, but it cannot make you score a 100 pointer more in your actual exam. So
Mm-hmm.
if you feel that the score is below par, then go for the concepts, and if you feel that it's not, then just practice more mocks. That would make you good. So coming to the analysis part, when you get a
Yeah.
score, then check which part you are lagging behind.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually lag behind in verbal, and especially the longer questions. I would not get them right.
Mm.
I felt that that was the problem, because the time gets you in DI and in especially the MSR questions in DI. So for me, the longer questions, I had an imaginary clock in mind. So you pretty much get 2 minutes per question. So if a longer question is there, there are 3 to 4 questions linked to that long question. So for that, I imagined a clock of 8 to 9 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes, and I read the whole information for 5 minutes, and I thought like this is the structure. So 5 minutes you
Mm-hmm.
read the question, and then 3 minutes you answer the question. So that
Mm-hmm.
made me feel a little calmer, a little cool down my anxiety also, and it improved my score in the next mocks, and I got around 715 to 735 in every mock after that. And in one mock, I got 785 as well. So 725 was not a surprise. It was actually a little bit less than what I expected. But okay, yeah.
Oh,
The
really?
original exam, in the original exam, you feel a bit more anxious. Yeah, you feel a bit more anxious in the real exam. So you may get one or two odd questions more wrong than the actual than the practice test you took. So
Mm.
when you feel anxious, just tell yourself that this is not the end of my life. This is just an exam, and GMAT is testing you on not just the concepts but also on the softer skills, like how can you take up
That's
pressure, how can you manage time, how can you like solve questions under pressure.
that's true.
GMAT also
That's
considers
true.
that. So that score is reflective of your softer skills and the hard skills you have.
Mm. And I'm sure the quant section was super easy for you. Since you said that you have an engineering background, you're studying in IIT. Has quant ever been a problem for you, or any part of quant ever been a problem for you, or was just verbal that you were struggling with?
So my problem was with mostly verbal,
Mm-hmm.
but quant was pretty easy for me because I had given JE, which is the entrance exam for IITs in India, and it
Mm-hmm.
had a lot tougher maths compared to GMAT. So
No, for sure.
engineering also teaches you a lot about mathematics and the advanced concepts in maths. So this was pretty basic for me, and usually in quant I wouldn't get many wrong questions, and in some odd questions I would make a silly error, calculation error, like 2 plus 2 I would do 3. Yeah, in time there was no time pressure in quant, but sometimes my mind would just go off the paper and I would think of
Yeah.
something about, let's say, a music or something. So yeah, so and the weaker part was mostly DI and verbal, and mostly the longer questions on the tougher side for me because I wasn't a good reader. So for that, I read many newspapers, many novels, many books. So that improved my verbal level as well, and my speaking skills.
Do you
Uh,
remember what your first section score was for verbal when you first started with your mocks? And did it drastically
uh,
change, or it was a very slow, gradual?
so I think I got a 79 on my first practice paper, and
Mm-hmm.
in the actual exam I got an 82. So I think reading did help me, and practicing those mocks also helped me. Uh,
Nice.
Analyze it helped me analyze what were the conclusions, what were the arguments, and what were
Yeah.
the right set of skills needed for analyzing a paragraph, the tone of the paragraph. So it helped me a lot. Reading helped me a lot. So yeah, and
Mm.
practicing those mocks gave me a feel of the questions. The uh, I got used to the questions by the time I was going through the official exams. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Someone here asked a question. They said, "What is your view on non-math based DS questions? And did you think that they are more common in the actual exam compared to official practice tests versus experts global mocks versus GMAT club mocks, etc.?"
So the official mocks are completely maths oriented, and they have a bias towards math questions. But the actual exam is quite balanced. You get maths as well as non-math questions. So for practicing that, I think mocks are not a good way, but I would suggest GMAT clubs filtering, sorting questions on based on non-math and maths related parts.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to the GMAT club website and check for the non-math related questions as well, and it has a lot of questions. And you can do it based on your current level as well. You can choose easy, medium, hard questions, and also score based questions, like you if your target score is above 705, then
Yeah.
GMAT gives you that option for choosing a 705 question and get a feel of those questions and see if you're lagging. Then check out some concepts on GMAT Club or GMAT Ninja. And
Mm.
GMAT Ninja videos are quite good. You can go and check. Videos by Charles are very nice, and
Yeah.
they give you preparation. Uh, they prepare you for the question itself, not the hard concepts, but the softer parts of the concepts, like how to handle
True.
the questions, how to get the tone of the passage, how to like get also the DI part in data sufficiency part. You get a lot of insights from Charles.
That's true. Charles is the best.
Yeah, that was
No
it.
one can beat him when it comes to like explaining questions, especially on
True.
on YouTube. And I mean, I'm sure you've tried almost all the mocks in the market. Is that so? Like, was there anything like? I mean, this is a great platform to like maybe tell like about the review of each mock. Which one was the best according to you? Which one was the toughest? Or which one do you think that it was a bit easier for you
Okay.
and did not?
So official mocks are quite like the original exam, but official mocks are biased towards maths. So you will get a lot of maths questions. So
Mhm.
and experts global has a lot tougher quant compared to other sections. So for a balanced approach, I would suggest official mocks only.
Yeah.
For a quant heavy approach, I would suggest experts global. And if you face difficulties in quant, I would suggest the GMAT club and the experts global package, which you get for around $100 or something. I don't remember the
Mhm.
exact price, but yeah, that helped me quite a lot tackling the math related part in DI. And for verbal and the DI part, I would recommend the official questions only. The official mocks are sufficient for verbal and DI. And for quant, I would suggest Experts Global and GMAT GMAT clubs.
Mhm.
And if you can like score, let's say, an 85 on that paper, that would surely make you a close contender for getting a 100 percentile on the actual exam, because the questions are a lot tougher in the Experts Global platform. But for a holistic view, for a holistic balanced approach, you should do the official mocks for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And it
Alrighty. Well, I
depends
think
on your background as well. So
yeah.
if your background is verbal heavy, then I would recommend Experts Global and the other mocks. And if your background is a bit math heavy, I would recommend the official ones are a bit more good than the third party ones.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, I think that covers most of it. For those of y'all who are still watching, like I said, Anurag did a whole debrief on our YouTube channel where you can check out, like, how he scored a 725 by taking so many mocks to begin with. And yeah, feel free to check that out. Do comment if you have any questions there as well. And thank you so much, Anurag, for coming here and answering the questions. This was fun.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Selby.
Yeah, take care. Bye bye.
Thanks a lot, people.